Hey, Mud here in the heart of suburban Utah. It does have its certain joys, like check out those mountains up there. That's pretty amazing. But most of this, as far as the eye can see, is wealthy suburbia. Except Denise said, just stop with that. So, this right here is the Utah Valley Permaculture Garden.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's a food forest.
Look how gorgeous the flowers are on it.
And here's Denise.
And we all have
Denise
our phones.
is always with her nose in the flowers.
Yes.
That's how you
Taking
should be
Talking
Yes.
again. And
Love
still.
I love it. Oh, and the chokecherry.
Here's the
And
choke
nice
cherry.
little fixing, like this name, false indigo lead plant. But it has these amazing kind of orangey flowers. And when my bees come and fill their little sacs, they have orange sacs.
Orange
It's
sacs.
bright orange.
And the honey tastes like.
And the honey will taste really good. And then these are just going, the flowers are almost gone, but I bet you still smells good.
And what kind is that?
So that's your chokecherry, native
That's the
to Utah.
choke cherry.
That my little Billy grandma up in Woodland, Utah, has a chokecherry festival on her farm.
Mm-hmm.
How fun is that?
So all of this
See?
stuff is
Look at this
Utah
beauty.
native or acclimatized to Utah.
Acclimatized to Utah, and these have survived 10 years
And
here.
what is this?
And I hardly water. This is a very special crabapple. It's called a natural crabapple.
Mm.
Has white flowers instead of the bright pinks and reds
Uh-huh.
and magenta.
You can head over
This
when
one
we
will
get
have
back.
yellow crab
Question
apples. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Mm,
And
it
smells-
sure is.
People come around the corner, around my corner here, and look at all these little beauties everywhere.
Oh, I love these
But
irises.
People come around the corner, and all of a sudden you get hit with this wow.
Wafting lovely smell, and there's that cane break up
Amazing.
there in front of the mountain.
Isn't it fun? And look at this thorny rose bush that I have to keep under control. It's called a native to Utah woods rose that grows in the mountains.
The
and has
woods
the
rose.
Best rose hips, which is your vitamin C.
I've been told that I need to switch to rose hips for my vitamin C.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Oh,
Just
look
watch
at
out
that
for
rose
the thorns.
hip.
And look at
Should everybody
baby
do that?
ladybugs.
Yes.
Are all coming out hatching. Isn't that beautiful? Praying mantises soon. Everybody hatches.
Getting
soon.
ready to get their heads bit off
Beautiful.
just for a little bit of cuddles.
What do you mean, get their head bit off?
That's
Like
that's
the
that's
feet.
what.
Done mating.
Yeah.
Oh, how
That's the price
sad.
to pay.
Oh, I'm so
The price to
sorry.
pay,
Oh, I'm
right?
so sad.
Isn't that the price
And
they
this
pay?
is one of Grant's big Japanese peach poppies
This is
that I transplanted.
a peach poppy.
It's a peach poppy. He had the most beautiful poppies.
Yeah,
All
black-eyed
different kinds, double
Susan.
poppies, every kind of poppy. And this is your most valuable berry on earth. It's the sea buckthorn berry. It's the only one that has omega-7 for your skin and eyes. But it has
Woo.
190 components that they make the best personal care product, Sobu and DMAE. I love sea buckthorn berries.
And how many plants do we have counted in here?
I lost count about 5 years ago.
Aha, good.
There's no way I could count all these.
Oh,
My white peaches are just starting to turn to peaches.
hello, peaches.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this right
This
here.
is another crabapple, but these are typical crabapple.
What's that one
So
right
that's
there?
an iris. They're
Another
called
one of those
variegated
lovely irises. Oh, a little
Yeah.
cactus over
They're
there.
smaller. Oh, I got those myself out of the desert, the West
Uh-huh.
Desert. I came with a friend who knows all about Porter Rockwell and the whole history in the desert. We went out
Yeah.
there. We went shooting those old pistols.
Aha.
But this sucker, I'm afraid to let it grow outside the pot because then I'll have cacti everywhere and that could get dangerous. But this thing has got all these little buds that are going to bloom beautiful pink flowers like they do in the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it gorgeous? So as
And
long
is that
as
a
you give it
mint
a-
or is that
so
a
this is native to Utah. This is a anise hyssop.
anise hyssop?
Anise hyssop. And if you smell this, is that amazing?
Smells lemony.
Smell.
Whoa, what's
It's
that?
my favorite. Anise hyssop. Native to Utah.
And what did you
The
say this
bees
one
love
was?
this one. Oh, watch out for the rose.
I-
This is one of those two-toned, like yellow with red around. it.
Uh-huh.
And then you
and-
see how I love flowers, all the edibles. These are edible. Do you know
Yeah.
that you can eat all the daylilies?
Oh
They're
yeah.
full of nutrition. They're so delicious. John
Those
Cole
are
went
daylilies. What
crazy.
color are those daylilies when they
The
come in?
orange daylilies is what
Oh
I have tons
yeah.
of. This is my hibiscuses.
Hello,
With all
hibiscuses
different
is.
Or you call them a rose of Sharon.
And this one right here is
And
that's that peach.
That is another crabapple.
Oh, crabapple.
This is a crabapple. There's a crabapple in there. You have the darker, normally leaves, except for the natural crabapple that has yellow. And this is very, very drought resistant, very hardy. This is called the buffalo berry. And they literally will stay on the vine and you can eat them through December. So this is a very hardy berry to grow in Utah and it's delicious.
This is that sumac?
That is a staghorn sumac. He grows tall. See this guy?
Sumac. All the way up
have
there.
The big berries, not like the one that I said tastes like lemon back there. So they stick out so far and they're so big that the birds eat them all before I get any sumacs.
Of course they do.
Stop eating my sumacs. Let me have one. Just
We have
one.
one. And then there's your pretty grape.
Watch out for the thorns. But these, I tell all my neighbors, stop and eat all you want.
Strawberry?
These are my wild blackberries that you see in Oregon. And
Oh yeah, I love
Washington.
those. I love those.
They're the best. You know what I tell people? You want those big, plump, thornless blackberries, right? They taste like water.
These are
But
nice.
this
These are
Tastes
tasty.
so sweet.
Uh-huh.
That's why they're protecting them.
That's right.
That's
You know what I
right.
tell people, you take the thorn away, you take away the flavor.
And what is this?
So this is a alfalfa here. Okay, you see the flowers. They come in yellow and the purple. That's been coming back for years. But I planted it in the food forest and it pushed itself out here.
Haha, where it could get some sunshine.
Exactly. It's like I don't like it there. This is another nitrogen fixer.
Yeah.
Is the honeysuckles.
The honeysuckle.
So not only do you have the pea shrubs and the black locust and the false indigo lead plant and the gummy berry and the sea buckthorn berry that are all nitrogen fixers, you also have the honeysuckle. And these are beautiful in the onion family alliums that are blooming this time of year.
Alliums. And these white ones?
And these are wild mustard. So they come in different colors, about 30 varieties up in the mountains. And if you put them on your salad, want to taste? Taste spicy.
Oh,
Taste.
yeah.
This is a spicy flavor.
Try that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very spicy.
Woo, it's spicy.
Isn't it spicy? Better than a radish, right?
Better than horseradish.
I cannot think of this name. I just
There's a
saw it
lovely view of
earlier.
Utah Lake.
I just call it the iodine plant. But I'll think of it.
And if you're willing to look past the neighbor's garbage can, there's another lovely view of the lake with a mountain behind it. Oh, and look, you can see a mountain up there. That's pretty cool.
And see this foothill?
Yeah.
This used to be all chokecherries and hackberries and cutleaf maple, according to Native Plant Association. And all my farmers that are in their 90s said we didn't have a drought till they cut all the forest down.
Well, that slows everything down.
Put them back and we won't have drought, flood anymore. We'll
Yeah.
cool the temperatures and we'll bring back the lakes and the rivers.
Lake Bonneville.
All right, so what else we got here? I don't know if you want to bring back Lake Bonneville. We'll be swimming here.
No drought.
You got
There's another onion.
raspberries. You've got more onions. This is more Egyptian walking onion. And then you've got raspberries. You've got the flowers of different kinds. You've got the irises that are blooming right now. You've got the daylilies. You've got grapes growing all along the fence. I don't let them grow over the trees anymore.
More of these lilacs.
More lilacs.
Smells great.
Mints like crazy. This is more of a typical spearmint. You
Mmm.
can smell there. But
Yeah.
here's a trick. This looks like the leaf of a lemon balm. Soft, fuzzy.
Yeah.
But even though my horticulturist, she's in heaven, Buna, used to tell me, I'm sorry, but mints don't hybridize. I said, then what happened?
What was that?
What was that? Why does that smell like spearmint,
Mm,
right?
That smells like spearmint.
But it looks
It's
like,
lemon balm.
lemon balm.
Yeah.
This?
It doesn't look like this, does it?
And what are our little flowers
this
here?
is just another flower that I get from different people's yards. They give me flowers. I want to plant them. Those are beautiful bleeding hearts. Aren't they gorgeous? Little
Yeah.
bleeding hearts. And Denise just ran out of her phone, so we're going
All right. So, welcome to Utah Valley Permaculture
Classroom gardens and
Classroom
greenhouse.
Gardens and Greenhouse. Mm-hmm.
Do you hear all the birds in here? See
Yeah,
how they're all here and not anywhere else?
I do.
They're all
Yes.
in here.
They call it home.
You should see the quail. They used to come up the hill, but they still do on the side of that house from the bottom of the hill. And you see all these 30 to 40 quail coming across the road. Boom, they fly into here. And if you walk inside my garden or you walk by and you scare them all, boom, 40 quail fly out of here. It's so loud. It's so cool
Mm.
though.
All right. So you want to go in zone 1 first?
Yes.
Oh, look at this
Zone 1.
Orem Neighborhood Beautification Award. Somebody was thinking. Somebody was
Are
thinking.
you sure you don't have the wrong house?
They were thinking outside the darn box.
I guess
And we
they
got
were.
this lovely little
guess
sound.
so.
And earlier we had a bunch
I
of
love-
bees over here
There's still a few.
being happy, and I
and a
saw.
little garter snake through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So wonderful.
So zone 1 over here by the greenhouse. The greenhouse comes out of the
Mulberries.
foundation
That's a
of the
sunken
house.
attached greenhouse, no electricity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That I keep all the flowers that I bring back out in the spring. I keep them all alive in there. I keep my water plants that aren't so hardy
Mm-hmm.
in the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And the plum tree right here.
And the volunteer plum tree planted by a bird.
Look at how beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You can see the little berries. So
And what kind of plum was that? Was that
we
that?
don't know. Only the birds know. I
Ah.
just know that it's delicious. That's
And
all
what
that
was
matters
this?
to me. This is more sumacs.
More sumac.
It'll have
All
the beautiful
right.
little red berries and all the edible daylilies down here.
Mm.
And the goji berries.
Is this
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the Russian dwarf almond.
Russian
And the buffalo berry. And a Siberian pea shrub for nitrogen that we're eating
Oh
flowers.
yes, we were eating those flowers
and the
earlier
first
today.
rescued tree that was left for dead. That is
Check
now
out those
10 years
Siberian pea flowers.
Shrub.
Those are
Yes.
tasty,
Aren't
actually.
they tasty? They taste just like
I've been
peas.
enjoying that.
But wait till the black locust tall trees have beautiful white flowers that look like wisteria.
That tall one,
But
is
they're
that the
white.
black locust you said?
No, this one back here. If you look right here with all the pods on it, that's a black locust. There's two big ones here, one over there and one right there. They're
Mm-hmm.
nitrogen fixers. Those white flowers that smell like heaven through the forest
Uh-huh.
are also edible and delicious.
Ooh.
I know.
So
And they
here
all
we
produce at
are,
different times.
coming into zone 1.
We got a beautiful
We got more mints. And what is
curly
this?
dock mineral accumulator.
Curly.
Alfalfa that comes back every
Uh-huh.
year. Look at all the curly docks. So I can share them with people. All that nitrogen fixing, right?
And we got
We
this.
got this hardy Chicago fig that produces delicious figs every year.
There's
It's
even
about
some
7
figs
years old.
coming out
They're
on it
starting to
already.
come out already. Look at the baby ones.
Baby figs.
Isn't that fun?
All right,
We
and
got
it's only the
carpets,
beginning of May.
Egyptian walking onion.
Egyptian walking
Carpet
onion.
of lemon balm, and I'm sorry I threw straw on it because it's supposed to snow.
Mm-hmm.
Check, all these echinacea are coming back here. Isn't
Woo.
that fun? Echinacea's down there, and all this patch of, hello, Denise just forgot stinging nettle
Mm-hmm.
and French tarragon. They all come back in a patch right here. Isn't that fun?
Mm.
And we're dwarfing a mulberry tree,
Gotta
It's an
dwarf the mulberry tree
experiment.
unless you like to climb.
unless you want lots of shade.
And then the willow tree, though, is providing the shade
The
that we
weeping
need.
willow is doing the perfect filtered light.
Because
that
it's
even a perfect
desert here. And,
Nanking cherry here. Well, it is.
mm-hmm.
It's 20 degrees hotter outside this forest. But this Nanking cherry loves being under this willow.
It does.
And
And
it
what was
produces
this one
beautiful.
here?
And then this one was Grant's last little potted plant in his greenhouse when he closed the greenhouse after 55 years. And he had me taste this big edible crabapple that was still on it. This is a weeping edible crabapple that will always remind me of Grant. He gave that to me. so
And we
cute.
got our horseradish.
We got horseradish here, curly dock there. We have a hardy apricot here that we're testing out to see what they're going to be like. We've got more Nanking cherries because Denise loves Nanking cherries. We've got
Mm-hmm.
our water system from the roof down the downspout into a pipe coming out on contour through the food forest here in Zone 1 Kitchen Garden. And last year, if you would have seen this, tons of herbs, tons of squash, tomatoes,
Mm-hmm. But this is still
cucumbers,
early days.
Potawatomi, beautiful Potawatomi
We got the Potawatomi.
plum
Here we go, Potawatomi
The most
plum from
delicious
Missouri
from Missouri from
with
the
orange
Potawatomi
fruit.
Indians. And then
Mmm.
rhubarb comes back every year. Valerian comes back every year. It's so beautiful. All sorts of mints come back every year. Raspberries of all kinds. Another beautiful Nanking that I love because I love Nankings. They're so wonderful. The second rescued tree, crabapple right there, that I think has the most gorgeous flowers.
That is a beautiful
That's my
purple leaf
favorite.
too.
And then I created a wall of shade on the west side
Mhm.
with grapevines. So
See
that
those
my
grapevines
lettuces-
right there,
so they'll
coming
all
up
fill in
here,
like a big window right there.
all the way around and up
And red
through
catawba.
here.
You'll
Red
have
catawba grapes.
hanging from
Oh yeah.
It's so beautiful to walk in here with the weeping willow coming back.
Mhm.
And then in here, because of the wall of shade from the grapes, you'll have all the greens that don't bolt to flower. So I'm out here picking my butter lettuce all summer long and my sorrel.
All right.
Isn't that fun?
You better
And
come out and
sorrel.
pick it. Sorrel.
Yes, sorrel, which is perennial,
Mmm.
and it tastes lemony.
All right. Do we go this way or do we go
Nope,
back
we're
the
gonna
other
go back.
way?
Let's go
All
back
right.
to zone 2.
Zone 2.
Zone 2. Where are you gonna post this?
Oh, on my YouTube channel, Uncle Mud
Will you
YouTube channel.
Send me a link.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I'll post this on Permies
Yes,
for
please.
conversation's sake.
Fun. Fun. And you know, we got all those beautiful big raspberries that bear twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
We built this big arch, but the grapes get so loaded every year
Yeah.
that we had to put stakes and pull the thing down.
Yes.
This one's actually got to get tightened. So I have to tighten that one up. We had to pull it back because it was knocking the arch off.
Right, right.
The grapes are so loaded in there. And we have purple Concord on one side, white Himrod on the other.
Yes.
And all the kids come and they want to pick grapes from the
Picking grapes, yes.
And the other kids, they love goji berries. All
Mm-hmm.
these flowers flowering would be goji berries with protein. See the baby almonds? Come see, Michael. These are baby almonds and Russian dwarf almond. You see all those baby almonds there?
Russian dwarf
Isn't
almond.
that fun? Look
And-
at all the
and-
baby almonds.
And how much square footage is the yard, the
It's
garden?
only an eighth of an acre that I
That
planted.
includes, oh, the eighth of an acre.
Eighth of an
the-
acre is what
the
I did to
planted.
the forest. Yeah, I created
All
a forest in
right.
an eighth of an acre.
Okay, so which way we're going?
I guess we better go back here.
All right, and here we go. We got this beautiful Myers lemon coming out from in the house.
Yeah, they just came out from the greenhouse, and Tangelo
And a
back there.
Tangelo.
And mandarin back there.
Mhm.
And we're under what's going to be this beautiful cover of sweet-smelling honeysuckle, wisteria on this side, and trumpet flowers.
Whoa.
And it's going to cover this whole gazebo.
Those are pretty.
Isn't that
And
gonna
what
be
are these
beautiful?
little berries here?
These are my favorite little Nanking cherries. The first cherries we eat. We have 11 kinds of cherries here. So this is a bush from China. They have very cold temperatures, and they'll be red, delicious little cherries that are
little
the best
cherries,
cherries.
little bitty
I
cherries.
love them.
More horseradish there, or is that something
that?
else right here? The
So,
long, tall thing.
That is another curly dock.
Curly dock. Okay.
Those are the mineral claims. See those? They're the
Mm.
mineral accumulating, just like the comfreys here.
Got
They
it.
will get big leaves, so huge.
Okay.
3 feet
Comfrey
long.
there.
They get huge.
And what was
in here.
this tree here?
So the Siberian pea shrub.
More
is
Siberian pea
feeding
shrub.
The Bartlett pear.
Oh, so the Bartlett pear is coming right up through the middle
Yes.
of the Siberian
Pea shrub.
pea shrub.
That's
What was the
feeding
other
all
thing
that
surrounding
nitrogen.
it? So the pea shrub is bringing the nitrogen up,
Yes.
and then what? Fixing the nitrogen,
Curly dock is minerals.
and then curly dock is putting the minerals in for this. Now, is this the
This
one
is
that's
a
so much
Bartlett
taller,
pear.
bigger than the
no,
other pear? Or
that's over there. That's a chestnut tree.
gotcha. Okay.
This is different.
And then
And
what are
then-
these?
So these are leftover Jerusalem artichoke stalks.
Oh,
from
yeah,
last year.
yeah.
They get 6 feet tall. In September, they have a yellow flower. This is actually a willow tree that I planted a branch.
All
Look
right.
at him. He might have to go though because I don't want him to shade this biggest transplanted fig, and it'll be loaded
Oh, what
with.
kind of fig is this?
I don't know because it was in Grant's yard. I just wanted to save it.
Got it.
So I saved and transplanted the biggest fig tree.
And what's this little thing back here? This looks like a Queen Anne's lace almost, but it's not.
That one there is the cranberry.
Okay.
Has beautiful flowers. Then this one is the American plum, very hardy to Utah.
Uh-huh.
This one drought resistant and hardy buffalo berry, the red berries. Isn't that wonderful?
That's great.
And then we got a nectarine behind him that my neighbor gave.
A nectarine. What's the one big one back there by the
Big one
windmill?
back there is actually the English walnut.
English walnut.
I love them. They have the most beautiful pink flowers. That tall one right there, all almonds. That's
Almond.
Paul's hardy almond.
Also,
And this is the sweet-smelling white nitrogen-fixing flowers. That's the black locust.
okay.
The pods that are up there. And the only way you can grow the trees other than them coming up on their own
Right.
as runners is you boil the seeds to get them to germinate.
Okay.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's really interesting, the different things we learn. And then you've got the white mulberry in here that drops all the mulberries onto the beds. You just pick them up with a basket every day. And they're sticky and white. But I
Yes.
like the black ones too.
Yes. And these
Scarlet red
pink.
hawthorn.
Scarlet red hawthorn.
Golden delicious apple.
Uh-huh.
Bamboo wall, privacy wall with wild thorny blackberries growing through it, so you can just pick it right off the bamboo wall.
The whole thing is supports it supports those blackberries.
Blackberries.
Yeah.
I watch them. Then we got other little herbs that people can give me, like Marilee Harrison. gave me this lovage, and it comes back every year. It'll get really big. People have given me so many neat things that I can remember, you know?
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Fun to be able to share them.
And then look at this honeysuckle that you can eat.
Oh gosh.
You can also eat honeysuckle flowers that smell like heaven, right?
The honeysuckle
That's
flowers.
how it covers the whole gazebo. And people
Wow.
take plants all the time. So these are black thorny raspberries.
Okay.
I just got these from another gardener. It's
And
wonderful.
those will, even though they've been pruned off, they
And
can
that's
still
a
grow, right?
pomegranate
They've
there.
been pruned off. This is a pomegranate that I'm bringing in from out from the greenhouse. It
Yes.
will not survive the winter.
Okay.
So they usually live in greenhouses. But this, you have the roots, and that's what matters.
Oh, okay.
You're planting the cuttings that rooted, and you put that in the ground.
You can put
Under
them
the
Okay.
carpets everywhere,
Whoa.
under the Bing cherry that's so loaded.
Already loaded with Bing cherries.
Yes.
Wow, all the way up.
Vine growing through it as well. Snowberry on the side. Goomy berry over here. Gonna be
Goomy
loaded
berry.
with goomy berries.
Mm-hmm.
Gummy
Beautiful.
bears, yeah.
That's what I tell the kids. You know gummy bears? Well, this is a goomy berry. And then under here we've got all sorts of mints growing on the ground everywhere, surrounding another cranberry there with those pretty flowers, and the biggest black currants you've ever seen in this section here. Beautiful.
And what was this?
This is a rosemary that was so beautiful, and then it got so hot and I got so busy that I forgot to water it in the
Oh,
greenhouse.
no.
But it'll come back. It's alive.
Okay.
It's okay. I didn't kill it.
And what's this
I just
over
get
here?
too busy. This is a d'Anjou pear, so it's going to pears right now.
Those are the fuzzy ones, right?
Well, I don't know if it's so much fuzzy, but they are good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah. And what was this
And
one?
then this is the all-in-one sweet almond.
Sweet
the
almond.
biggest almonds. Look how loaded it is this year. This has been the most perfect blossom year and the most proliferant on some of these of fruit. It's absolutely beautiful. In the backside of the little pond,
Uh-huh.
fun comfreys by every single tree, right?
Yeah.
The mineral accumulation. We've got lilies that I've planted in here. We have a really special, it's good for your hair. It's called horsetail. They usually grow where there's lots of water in the mountains, and I transplanted that and it's come back, called horsetail.
Wonderful.
And we're walking around a beautiful smelling lilac here that I could smell all day. When I get tons of flowers, I just bring them in the house. It makes the house smell so
I bet it does.
I know, I love it. More curly docks. This is a baby lilac, actually, that's flowering so well. This one's 40 years old. This is a brand new baby one. Along with, I cut from a cutting, a grapevine that's coming up from here as well. See this little grapevine?
Yeah, I can see them coming across the front
And then
here.
we had all these Jerusalem artichokes that I used to use as a shelter from the sun on the south side, but it was hiding. This is about to flower. This is my beautiful sage bush that comes back every year. It's going to flower any day.
Oh.
Not wonderful. And this is the biggest bush of currant. I just let it go because I thought if it wants to grow so big, let it. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? It's so fun. And all these Jerusalem artichokes. So fun. More currants through here under the pear. Lots of gojies everywhere because it's got protein.
And the birds sure love this big old peach tree.
This is my bird feeding station. So the reason, hello, my quail didn't even fly away. Look at them.
Oh.
Usually they're out of here. Oh, I love you, pretty. He could be an oriole that's singing like that, or it could be a robin. Sometimes I confuse the singing. But you know what's neat? Hello. Oh, you are a robin. So the hawks used to swoop down because I was feeding all the birds here. So I had to figure out something. So now they can't swoop and get the birds on the ground, and the birds can fly in and out all they want. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So this is my planted from a pit 19-year-old beautiful apricot that has the biggest apricots you've ever seen.
Apricots. Look, we've already
Look
got
at
some
all of
apricots
them.
coming.
Yay! I'm so excited. We had 1,000 apricots last year, give or take 100.
Or give or
Other
take
baby
100,
Yankee,
yes.
Other baby currants. This other one is not as old as the 10-year-old one in the kitchen garden. This is another Nanking cherry here with these little cherries that are going to ripen. Carpet of gojies. I let them just go because they're so nutritious with baby apricot trees everywhere.
Goji's on the hugelculture.
Look at the little baby apricot trees from pits. They're so cute. This is a special specimen that I can't let the gojis grow all over it because this tree is, this bush is so special to me. This is called a jostaberry. This whole bush right here is 10 years old and it's a jostaberry. It's very special. And they're a cross between a black currant and a gooseberry. And they're
Wow.
big purple berries. Remember these two babies? These are hazelnut. Purple filbert hazelnut. And then to the left of it is your chestnut tree, which this one started at 12 inches, is now over 20 feet tall because it has all the Siberian pea shrub nitrogen fixing, while the other one up there doesn't, and it's still only 3 feet tall.
And what's our little fruit tree up here?
So that's Grant's 15-year-old that I just transplanted 4 years ago. Apricot tree. And
Another
it's full of
apricot.
apricots.
Excellent.
And it's alive.
Yes.
Isn't that exciting? Bush cherries. Another kind of cherry, but it's a bush. Has these beautiful white flowers, looks like little Bing cherries. And it made babies. And it
Uh-huh.
keeps making babies.
Keep on making babies.
Keep on making babies over here.
And this
These are
pink
all-
one again is
is the scarlet hawthorn that I got from Grant's nursery as well.
Mhm.
That is the most beautiful flowers you've
And which
ever
part of
seen.
that do you eat?
So it becomes berries,
Okay.
and they look like the heart. They call it a signature of nature,
Mm-hmm.
and it literally looks like a human heart, and it supports our heart. That's
Okay.
what the hawthorn berries do. And another beautiful, sweet smelling that's going to fruit now. Oh, can't smell it anymore. Choke cherry. The choke cherries are wonderful. And remember the red cornelian cherry over there?
Okay.
And the yellow cornelian cherry right here.
And this big one is,
Do
wait,
you
this
see
one
them
is the
going?
cornelian cherry.
Yes. Do you see the little cherries that are starting on here?
Yeah.
I'm too short to reach it. Let me see. There we go. Uh-oh,
Oh,
sorry.
I see.
You see it? See why I don't like little beds?
Yeah.
I can't walk up them. But you see all these little, they'll be yellow teardrop. Little yellow cornelian cherries.
Wow.
They're really yummy.
And what was this one here?
And then that is my red blood plum on the other side there.
A red blood plum.
He's not as old as the apricot, but I've had him a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And once I planted all this and got all the flowers of the cover crops like hairy vetch, all the ladybugs came. This one had larvae of curly leaves by the aphids, so it was covered in aphids. All the ladybugs flew to that tree,
And ate all
covered
the
it
aphids.
and ate all the aphids.
Yes.
No longer curly leaves. Instead of baby plums, I get big juicy red blood plum now. The ladybugs came because the right flowers came.
Right.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
Let's go back that way because we've already seen the golden delicious from the other
Okay.
side. So we can catch a little bit more up here. I know, little Robin. I hear you, guys.
Coming along this swales, the hugelcultures are on the
These are all
contour.
big hugel beds. Logs 3 feet down in the ground, manure, water, built up, and then covered in mulch.
Fantastic.
These are 10-year-old hugel beds right here.
Mm-hmm.
10 years old this year. Oh, we got a rescue. They dug out today a whole bunch of sunchokes to give to my Permablitz recipient family, the Sherwoods. Next Saturday, we're putting in their garden. You know what I
Nice.
call it instead of a Permablitz?
What's that?
A garden barn raising.
Garden raising.
Garden raising.
barn.
Remember how they used to raise a barn
Yes.
in a day? All the families get together? Well, we're raising a garden in a day. I call it
Fantastic.
our garden barn raising.
Yeah.
This is another little white lilac here that's coming back. It didn't like all the grapes growing over it, so we salvaged that problem.
Right.
This is all cover crop of wheat.
Wheat, huh?
Yes, it came from the straw. My
Oh.
friend Jerry's farm, he has 120 acres out here. He left all the seeds in the straw that I use as mulch in the fall.
Right.
I got all this wheat. Okay, and guess what? It's getting chilly out there, right?
Yeah.
Not here.
It's holding it in here, isn't it?
68 degrees.
Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah, the damp,
In
the
summer, it's
really
cooler,
holds it. Yeah.
and in the winter, it's warmer. And this is another Siberian
Mass.
pea shrub. And then there's a little baby pluot over here that's just
A
going to
pluot,
fridge.
huh?
A pluot. I wanted a pluot. But there's something going on this side that I noticed. The water comes down, and it's actually coming downhill. There's too much water on this side. So what you see, I call them anemic,
Uh-huh.
is a lack of iron. Well, there's a tree that actually is full of iron. It's called a Kentucky coffee bean, but I just don't have space to put it in here. But the other tree I had to get rid of, that was a mistake. That was a box elder.
Ah, yes, yes.
It used to shade everything there. Now I've opened it up. So everybody's going to do a lot better, I think.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
This is a Honeycrisp apple here, and this is Grant's apricot. Look at
Oh.
That makes you feel good when you save a tree like that, right? They
Mm-hmm.
would have all been bulldozed otherwise.
Oh, that's
The red
sad.
cornelia, and then underneath, I had a hardy kiwi female and a male, but now I've got a self-pollinating hardy kiwi. The other kiwi just didn't do as well. And so now this new one that's growing underneath that's self-pollinating, I'm hoping will do better. They didn't like a lot of hot sun, your hardy kiwis. But it had baby kiwis on it. And see all the comfreys down here?
Mm-hmm.
And this is gooseberry.
Gooseberryville.
This is all gooseberry rose. See all the flowers are going to turn to gooseberries now?
Oh, fantastic. When do
Tons of
gooseberries
little
come on?
gooseberries. So they're going to ripen later in the summer. They're just starting the fruit now, but this is a later fruit, the gooseberry. And the cornelians are the latest. They're very late, as well as the buffalo berry too.
And this flower
This
up here is
This is fruit, dude. This
Yeah.
is Rainier cherry heaven.
Rainier
Look at
cherry.
all
Oh, the
those
Rainiers.
Rainier
Are those the
cherries.
yellow ones?
So they're white with red, and
Oh,
they're big.
those are
Oh,
tasty.
and by the way, I don't get worms. This is so balanced in here. No diseases, no pest infestations, nothing.
Fantastic. Oh,
10 years. Beautiful. Look at this specimen of a Siberian peach shrub. We picked a lot of these flowers and ate them. And these are baby, just like those nursery little baby ones there. These are little baby red blood plum trees under here. And we just built an infiltration basin with
Yep.
the Sherwood family so they could learn how to build one around a guild like this. Here come the comfrey up there. This one here was a really tough one to make, but that one up there was even bigger. You see, we had to put big rocks in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's level all the way around to take water all the way around level and soak into
Let it
this
soak
guild.
in.
Yes. With the beautiful red blood plum here, that's going to have lots of little red blood plums. And we have to watch out here because I have baby Alberta peach trees growing down in here from Mama up there that'll be loaded with red blood plum. We have a black mulberry and a white mulberry there. What else do we have in here? Nitrogen fixing all around. We planted more gooseberries that since it's going to snow, I decided to give them a little kelp covering around there. This is a little smaller version of the big ones over there.
Mm-hmm.
Under the heart native black hawthorn berry bushes right here.
Black
at
hawthorn
those
berries.
thorns.
Oh, man.
But they're not even half as bad as the black locust. But the black locust has the pretty white flowers that smell so good and are edible. So I love black locust instead of honey locust. And then
I
more of
love
the bamboo
black locust for building timber frames out of.
is the best wood, isn't it? Back there?
Yes.
I know.
Well, they say that a black locust post will last 2 years longer than the hole you put it in.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I love black locust for so many reasons, you know. And then here you can see so much of the wild blackberry.
Wild blackberries,
Wild
yes.
blackberry through here with all these Alberta. By the way, I have an Alberta peach from this tree. They're normally 4 inches. It's in my freezer to prove 5-inch peach. This
Wow.
sucker had a 5-inch peach, and I'm like, I'm saving this to show everybody, right? But you gotta watch out for the thorns
Uh-huh.
of the thorny blackberry because they like to grow into the walkway
Yes.
or out to the sidewalk. So what I do is I just bring them back along the bamboo to protect them.
Uh-huh.
This is a little tricky here, but I want to take you through here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of lean into this so the blackberry doesn't grab you. We just needed to make this wider to crawl through here. But I want to show you. See that white pipe over there?
Yeah.
See the white pipe down there?
Yeah, yeah.
So that comes 500 feet from the downspout of the house, 500 feet away.
Yeah.
Catch higher there
Right.
into this pipe, sealed, and comes out right here overflow.
So we got
Comes
into
out
this
here.
IBC container.
Yes, but I'm not storing water. I'm watering. Hi, babies.
Right.
I'm watering water out there. Then these are infiltration basins all the way down like a little creek
Right.
to move the water.
Right.
Every time we get a big rain like tomorrow, I'll film it. So
Yeah.
all that water comes up here and flows like a river right here.
Hello, little tulip.
Isn't that beautiful?
Just right
Just by
there.
herself, the last tulip to bloom this year because she's in the shade. Isn't
Yeah.
that gorgeous? A nitrogen fixer, but this is where I want to take these and move them somewhere else. I want to put one of those ponds to catch the water from the roof.
Yep. Yep.
Put all the reeds and all the plants to filter the water right here.
Right. And then let it flow.
That's my summer project.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be so beautiful. This is what they call in the Farm for the Future in South Wales. It's called a linden in England, but here I found out was called it's called a lime tree in London, and it's called a linden here in the United States. Well, what I found out is the French actually get the beautiful sweet smelling white flowers and make a honey replacement out of it. So not only do you have lettuce replacement, you also have a honey replacement. Isn't that amazing? What
Yes.
you can do with these plants, more of the nitrogen fixers, more honeysuckles there. That white that we saw on the outside, natural, that will have yellow crab apples. Aren't they the most gorgeous flowers, and they smell like heaven? Oh, I love this stuff. It's so beautiful, isn't it?
It sure is.
And every year it blooms stronger and bigger. You have to watch out because that really very valuable, I think the most valuable berry, sea buckthorn berry. These are all female sea buckthorn berries that she sent out from Mama that you see up there. And that's where the berries grow up there. But that's babies of sea buckthorn berry. This is the backside of the chokecherry that's native to Utah that makes the best chokecherry jellies. Grandmothers have been making these for centuries. They just love them. This is a gorgeous currant right there. Isn't that beautiful? This is a red currant. And then up in here, that grows up very high to get the sun, is called a golden currant. Right there. And then this is great forage for animals. It's called an alder. Ash, alder, and willow are really good forage for goats and cows and all that. They're really, really good for it. And this was the tree that we had to take out because it was a mistake. We did not want a box elder right here. But look, he's trying to grow back. You see? It's very hard to kill these trees. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, just keep breaking these off so they don't become a big tree right here.
Right.
He wants to grow back. Unfortunately, he can't. Because I don't want him to shade all these berry bushes.
Yep.
They need sunlight in here. These are antique benches. People sat on and broke. It was funny. And then this is another little apricot. Look how loaded he is right here.
He sure is.
Also,
Oh, wow.
Inside of the cover crop right there.
Uh-huh.
All these are baby apricot trees under here. And then this is the white peach up there. It's going to fruit soon. Another crab apple. That was actually an espalier that's supposed to grow flat along a fence or a wall. I didn't care. It's just beautiful flowers. And crab apples are actually more nutritious than regular apples. They have higher vitamin C and
I always
stuff.
wanted to make an applesauce that was about half crab apple.
I made one pure, the edible crab apple. I made a perfect applesauce. And if you actually wait till the hard freezes, these are delicious.
Okay.
They're not hard anymore.
Which one is?
These are all the crab apples, but
Right.
they're the smaller ones, not the edible. So they're harder to eat. You'd have to make juice out of them, distill
Right.
them. But if you actually wait till a couple of hard freezes, they're pretty tasty.
All right.
I like those crab apples. They're really good to have. So we're going to stop here because there's so many nurseries of little things. But see all these basins around all these plants, like a little creek?
Let it soak
End
down.
up right there. There's a pipe right there Joshua put in that goes through the berm to that side, and then it goes downhill 2 inches that way.
Oh, okay.
So it comes downhill this way, then downhill that way.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
And it just keeps zigzagging back
Yes,
and forth.
all through the forest.
Oh,
to
perfect.
Take the rainwater.
Perfect.
I'm praying for a flood. To test
And then
out
you
the
hold
system.
it. And then you hold it.
I want to bring it in. It's
Yeah.
Like, come on, bring in the water. I'd love it. And I
Oh.
give people every year, come and dig out chokecherries. You see all these babies
Yeah?
from this chokecherry? We dig them out and give them to people to plant. They're easy to transplant. So we're going to take all these, couple people have come already this year, and dig out these little chokecherry plants. It's fun. It's amazing how nature just spreads.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And see, no weeds in the walkways. And it's so nice and cool. This used to be the hottest part when I planted this forest 10 years ago. It was so hot, scorching all day out here. Now it's perfect. It's absolutely
Great.
gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
I know. I absolutely love this food forest so much. I never knew it could become like this, you know?
Yeah?
You would have asked me 10 years ago. I had no idea because I'd never seen one in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anybody to learn from in Utah. All I had was theory from online courses
Well,
from other people. But nobody had done this in Utah.
if they can do it in Australia, they can do it in Utah.
But you have to find out what are the native plants and trees that'll live in Utah. You have to figure out what water system,
Mm-hmm.
how much shade you really need in a cold temperate climate that's hot, desert, dry in the summer. And so I had nobody to learn from. I had to figure it all out and ask lots of questions. Forestry people, native plant people, native plant horticulturists. I had to pick everybody's brain. And then I came up with my plant database. So now I can show people and tell people. So when they come here to
Fantastic.
design, I probably had 100 families come through and design their properties. When they come here to design, they see what works. They see what's possible, which is amazing. When you think of transplanting an old tree like this, it's pretty crazy. Most people wouldn't even dare. But I do. I like transplanting trees. See, the pipe comes out right here from over there.
Right. And then it
And
keeps
it goes
flowing.
down here to another pipe down there.
It's hard to tell what's
Under the
downhill
bridge.
from here. This is lovely.
Isn't that crazy? Only with the transit did we
Right.
figure out there was a 2-inch grade from here to the other pipe.
Just the
That was only
transit.
way. Yep.
Yep.
That was the
Yeah,
only
it's
way
just
to do
it's confusing in a wonderful way.
it. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so different.
This needs a little tree house in it though.
My little apricot baby that I love. All
I'll put a hot tub, yeah. Rocket hot tub.
That's too much human.
Haha.
Backyard. Backyard. Let me show you where we could put stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Where we're going to put when we get rid of all the remodeling material. We're going to put under my covered patio.
Yeah.
We have the perfect place for a stove. I
Yeah.
want, like in France, you cook and you eat in the outside kitchen.
Absolutely.
On the French Riviera, all my relatives do that.
Oh
You
yeah.
got to eat outside.
All right. Well, let's check out
Yes.
the human space.
Okay.